Anyway, since Yui's PDA is broken, we don't know what sort of information is on there, so we're gonna need some tools to fix it. I sure hope we can find some. We'll search the village to see what we can get. It sounds like Majima wants to go off on his own, so he can travel with me until we find them. Thank you so much, Yuna. It's no big deal. Heck, I'm just glad I met you so quickly. If I hadn't, then my goal would have ended before it could even begin. I think so too. If I hadn't met you, I might have ended up dead sooner or later. I'm glad I met you too, Majima. Thank you so much. Doesn't look like I did anything. Jeez, at least take the compliment. Yuna broke out into a smile, but Majima just looked away from the two of them with a sullen face. Yuna exchanged glances with Yui and laughed as though she'd found something funny about the way he did that. Forget it, I'm leaving. I'm sorry, I swear I'll stop laughing. Don't you think it's rude to laugh so much, Yuna? If you really believe that, then wipe that smirk off your face too, Ogihara. I haven't laughed like that in ages. So where are you going, Majima? For now, I'm planning to walk along the boundaries of the areas. I might be able to find an escape route there. Just so you know, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna have any luck with that. I'll determine that for myself. Oh really? Fine then. Majima seemed like the type who felt seeing was believing. Yuna seemed to have figured that out too, as she quickly backed out before getting into another pointless debate. Well, if anything happens, let's lend each other a hand. I'll consider it. Oh yeah, and watch out for Kurokawa and Glasses Boy, okay? It sounded like Kurokawa really had it out for you from what I heard. Indeed. After a brief exchange of nods, Majima turned his back to Yuna and Yui. Thank you so much for everything. Majima just silently vanished into the woods without giving the pair any further acknowledgement. He's gone, huh? Well, I'm sure we'll see him again. The game's playing field is rather small. Anyway, let's go find some cubes first. Then we'll eat up, find some weapons, and go look for those tools. Okay. Now that's the spirit. Then let's head back to my fort first. Fort? I found the cabin that looks like it'll make a comfortable base of operations. Also, there's another player waiting for us there. Yuna was of course talking about the rather odd sword-wielding girl she'd left tied up. She headed back to the cabin with Yui in tow. But But no sooner had they arrived than Yuna's eyes widened in shock.
いなくなってる?
She's gone? The girl was nowhere to be found. The only evidence she had ever been there was a rope lying on the ground. Next to it was the bent sword. The girl must have gotten it out of the tree and used it to cut her bonds.
やれやれ。油断も隙もない。
Great going there, Yuna. Way to not get cocky. As Yuna stood there, cursing her own carelessness, Yui timidly called out to her.
ユーナさんその、別のプレイヤーって人は
Yuna? What happened to that other player?
どうやら逃げられちゃったみたい。
Looks like she ran away.
逃げられた？どうして？
Ran away? Why?
その子、このゲームに悪い意味で乗り気なのよ。平たく言ってやる気満々というか。
It seems she's up for playing this game, and not in a good way. To be blunt, she was all for killing people.
危ないから縛っといたんだけど、縄を抜けてどっか行っちゃったってわけよ。
I tied her up because she was dangerous, but she got free and ran off somewhere.
あの黒川って人以外にも危ない人がいるんですか？
What? So there's more dangerous people out there like Kurokawa?
そんな怯えなくてもいいわよ。あの子はあんま悪知恵が働く方ではなさそうだし。
Hold on a second. How'd she untie herself? She inched her way over to the sword, managed to get loose, and used the edge of the sword to cut her ropes. That's what the implication seems to be. Anyway, no need to be so scared. To be honest, that girl didn't seem like the sly type.
仮に私たちを襲ってきても、私があんたを守ってあげるからさ。
Besides, even if she does attack us, I'll protect you. Yuna winked, causing Yui to break out into a relieved smile.
ありがとうございます。ユーナさん、いい人ですね。
Thank you so much. You're a good person, Yuna.
え？いい人ね。
Huh? A good person, huh? To be fair, Yuna was kind of in a hurry when she heard Kurokawa shouting, so she didn't really have time to think about that, I guess. Breaking up a fight was more important than thinking things through at the moment, I guess. Yuna's lips curved into a sad smile. An old ache ran in and out of her heart. But Yui didn't notice any of that.
それにしても、その逃げちゃった人といい、さっきの黒川って人といい。
But that girl on Kurokawa's side.
いろんな参加者の人がいるのは分かりましたけど、他にも危ない人がいるんでしょうか？
I get that there's all different kinds of players here, but do you think there's any other dangerous people out there?
さあね。現時点では私にもわからないわ。
Beats me. I couldn't tell you right now. Yuna recalled all the players she encountered up to this point. There was Yui, Majima, the Sword Girl, Kurokawa, and the Glasses Boy Kurokawa had taken with him. Not to mention the player who attacked Yuna at the start of the game. So that, plus Yuna herself, equaled 7 out of 14 people. She wondered where the remaining 7 players were, what they were doing, and most of all, what kind of people they were.
ま、それもおいおい分かっていくでしょ。
Well, all in good time.
このゲーム会場にいる以上、他の参加者たちともいずれ会うことになるんだから。
As long as we're on this playing field, I'm sure we'll cross paths eventually. Yuna looked to the west. She was probably looking toward the direction and the place where the majority of the remaining players likely were, the central control facility. And in that very same control center, Shuhei Fujita and the other 5 players present left the room full of bodies. All of them were still trembling in fear. To say the 3 girls had yet to recover from the shock of seeing corpses would be a grave understatement. Not even Shuhei could bring in himself to say anything. Daisuke's face was as white as a sheet as expected. However, Tsukasa shattered the atmosphere with an exasperated voice.
みんな、いい加減落ち着いた？そろそろ最初の部屋に戻らないと、ラッチが開かないんじゃない？
Would you all compose yourselves already? Nothing will change unless we return to the first room, you know. Though blunt and lacking in tact, Tsukasa was right all the less.
みんな、司の言う通りだ。いつまでもここにいてもしょうがない。
Tsukasa's right, guys. We can't stay here forever.
運営の男の指示を聞きに行こう。
Let's hear what else that administrator has to say to us.
そうだな。女の子たちもそれでいいかな。
You're right. Are you okay with that, ladies? Kodomi, Hatsune, and Mariko all nodded reluctantly.
初音ちゃんたちは大丈夫？
Yeah. Hatsune, Mariko, are the 2 of you okay?
大丈夫です。
Yes, I'm okay.
私も大丈夫よ。
Me too. I'm fine. Shuhei nodded those 3 who were struggling to put themselves back together. He then led the group back to the conference room.
ずいぶん時間がかかりましたね。
You sure we're gone a while? They agreed the moment they entered by the administrator's voice. None of them said a word, allowing him to continue.
まあ、これであなた方もこのゲームがリアルなものだと理解できたでしょ
Well, now you can understand that this game is for real, don't you?
う。それでは全体を通して何か質問はありますか？
Now we've covered the big picture. Do you have any questions? No one raised their hands even when faced with that offer. All they learned was how to keep this game moving without a hitch.
特にないようですね。
It would seem not.
それでは皆さんが無事にゲームをクリアし、全員揃って日常へと生還されることを祈っております。
Very well. We pray you all clear the game and return to your everyday lives in one piece. And with those ironic words, the speaker went completely silent. The only signs of the man's presence that remained was the camera staring right at them.
くそ。しかもいいんだよな。
Damn it. Well, I guess we've got no choice.
ここからいよいよ本格的にゲーム開始ってわけだね。
Here's where the game finally begins for real.
でも何をすればいいですか？いきなり始まりって言われても。
You say it started, but what exactly are we supposed to do?
そうだな。まずは飯じゃねえか。腹が減ってはなんとやらだし、食欲湧かなくても食わなきゃまずいぜ。
Good question. Why don't we get something to eat first? I'm starving. And even if you're not hungry, you gotta get something in your stomach, right?
じゃあとりあえず最初はキューブっていうのを探しましょうか。
Then, should we go looking for those cubes first?
あれ？
Yeah. Wait, huh?
ことみ、どうしたんだ？
Something wrong, Kodomi?
なんか一人足りないような気がするんだけど。
It feels like we're missing someone. Kodomi looked around the room. Shuhei quickly followed suit and soon realized what she meant. Haruna's gone.
そういえば
Oh, now you mention it.
だがいつからいなかったんだ。死体の部屋に行った時はいたか。
But when did she leave? Was she with us when we went to those rooms with the corpses?
そういやもういなかったかもしれねえな。
Come to think of it, I don't think I saw her there.
初音もそんな気がします。いつ消えたかっていうのはちょっとわからないですけど。
Me too. Though I have no clue when she left.
じゃあ最初の説明の途中でこっそり逃げたってことか。
What? Are you saying she snuck out during the first briefing?
そっちの二人は春菜が部屋を出たところ見なかったか。
Hey Mariko, Tsukasa, what about you guys? Did you see Haruna leaving?
私は見なかったが、説明を聞き逃したらまずいと思って夢中だったから。
Can't say I did. I was too focused on making sure I didn't miss a detail of the briefing.
僕も全然だね。
Likewise.
そうか。でもどうして消えたんだ。
I see. But then, why'd she leave? It made no sense. Why would someone go all the way to the briefing only to leave? It was hard to believe she would leave of her own will, but if that weren't the case, then she was probably attacked by someone.
いやそれこそ気づかないわけがないよな。
No. There's no way we wouldn't have known someone like that.
運営の人は春菜ちゃんが出ていくところ見てませんでしたか？
Hey, Mr. Admin, did you happen to see exactly when Haruna left? Komi called to the speaker mounted on the wall. Seeing as how he had been responding to the group's questions earlier, the administrator could clearly hear what was said in the room, yet he did not answer.
答えてくれるわけないよな。
Guess we shouldn't expect an answer.
質問するならゲーム内容に関すること限定ってことか。
Yeah, he did say he only answered questions pertaining to the game itself.